A very good morning, dear children. I hope you all are fit and fine at your homes. Welcome back to English class. So children, yes, we have completed our poem, that is Choosing Their Names, which is written by Thomas Hood. Yes children, so in the last class, yes, we have discussed the evaluation part of this poem, section A. Yes, so we have discussed this all 6 questions. Yes children, so now come to the section B, page number 26. So children, here see section B. Read this line from the poem and answer the questions that follow. So what we have to do here, we have to read these lines first, and they have given question A, question B. So what we have to do, we have to answer this question. Okay, so let's read the line first. And into a temper she quickly flies. Who flies into a temper? Why does she do so? Yes, tell me the answer. Think and answer, children. Yes, as we all know that poet is trying to find suitable names for the cats, and the poet feels Pepper Pot would be a good name for the tabby cat. Yes, because she flies into a temper very quickly. So the answer is yes, who flies into a temper? The tabby cat flies into a temper. And why does she do so? She does this when she is offended. Yes children, so the poet feels Pepper Pot would be a good name for the tabby cat because she flies into a temper very quickly. Yes, the tabby cat flies into a temper and she does this when she is offended. Yes, so children, now come to the section C. Do you think the poet will take good care of his cats? How can you tell? Yes children, we already know that the poet is very kind. Yes, he is an animal lover. Yes children, the kittens belong to the poet's old cat, and also he is trying to find suitable names for them. So this indicates clearly that he cares for the kittens. Yes, what do you think children? Yes, am I right? The kitten belonged to the poet's old cat, and also he is trying to find such a suitable names for them, and this indicates clearly that he cares for the kittens. Yes, so children, now come to the appreciation part. Here, pick out the rhyming words from the poem. So this is your homework. You have to pick out the rhyming words from this poem. Okay, so here see, read these lines from the poem. I think we shall call her this, I think we shall call her that, I think we shall call her this, I think we shall call her that. So these lines are repeated often in the poem. Yes children, so repetition of this kind is used in poetry to highlight a point. So children, as we have seen, yes, in this poem, I think we shall call her this, I think we shall call her that. These lines are repeated often in the poem. Yes, so repetition of this kind is used in poetry, okay, to highlight a point. So now come to the section B. Which other line in the poem is also repeated? Yes children, like the other repeated lines is, now don't you think, now don't you think. Yes, so children, see here, now come to the life skill activity. Okay, so owning a pet is a big responsibility. Yes, there are many things to consider if you decide to have a cat as a pet. So there are indoor cats and outdoor cats. Do you know the difference between them? Find out what food to give a cat, home cooked or a store bought. So while cats are clean animals, would they require some grooming? How can you make your home safe for a cat? So work in group, discuss these points, find out whether you or your friend would still like to go ahead. If you already have a cat, share your experience with your friends. So children, what you have to do here, see here, there are indoor cats and outdoor cats. Yes, owning a pet is a big responsibility. Yes children, if you have pet, that means it's a big responsibility. Yes, there are many things to consider if you decided to have a cat as a pet. Like, yes, about its yes, eating habits. Yes, there are so many things which we have to consider. Yes, if you are having a pet. Yes, so children, so there are indoor cats and outdoor cats. Yes, there are two types of cats, like one is indoor cats who live inside the home only, and one is outside cat who only live outside the home. Yes, so do you know the difference between them, inside cat and outside cat? So find out the difference between inside cat and outside cat. And what food to give a cat? Do you know what food to give a cat? A homemade food or maybe store bought? Yes. So while cats are clean animals, would they require some grooming? How can you make your home safe for a cat? So children, let me explain in Hindi also. So what you have to do here, see, yes, एक कैट को अगर हम पाल रहे हैं तो उसकी एक बहुत रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होती है बच्चों. यस, जैसे हमें उसके खाने के बारे में देखना होगा. यस, वो क्या खाएगी. तो आपको इंडोर कैट और आउटडोर कैट में डिफरेंस पता है. इंडोर कैट मीन्स जो सिर्फ घर में रहते हैं, जो जो घर का ही खा के घर में रहते हैं. और जो आउटडोर कैट्स मीन्स जो बाहर घूमती हैं. यस, सो यू हैव टू राइट द डिफरेंस बिटवीन इंडोर कैट एंड आउटडोर कैट. ओके, तो आपको क्या लिखना है, इंडोर कैट और आउटडोर के कैट के डिफरेंस लिखना है. ओके, और आप उसको अगर आपने एक बिल्ली पाल रखी है तो आप उसका ख्याल कैसे रखते हैं, यू हैव टू राइट दिस ऑल्सो. ओके, आप उसको घर का खाना देते हो या फिर कहीं स्टोर से खरीद के लाकर उसको देते हैं. यस, तो ये सब आपको लिखना है चिल्ड्रन. सो टेल मी, डू यू लाइक पेट, डू यू हैव पेट? सो यू हैव टू write this all things about your pet. Okay, if you are having a pet, then you have to write about this pet. If you don't having pet, then tell me the reason. Okay, why you are not having a pet, why you not having a pet, and what is the reason behind it. Okay, so children, so this poem is very beautiful poem. Yes, now the poem is completely over. Yes, now the poem is over here. The next chapter we will discuss in next class. So children, what we have learned in this poem, tell me. Yes, choosing their names, a beautiful poem which is written by Thomas Hood. Yes children, so once again I will tell you the short story of this poem. Okay, so here the poet is trying to find suitable names for the cats, and the poet have 3 kittens of his old cat. One is tabby cat, and one is black and white cat, and one is tortoise shell yellow and black cat. So there are 3 beautiful kittens, and he wanted to, yes, the poet is trying to find suitable names for the cats. Yes children, so here the poet is telling that the poet feels Pepperpot would be a good name for the tabby cat because she flies into a tempo very quickly. Yes, so then the Sootykin is a black and white cat. Yes children, the Sootykin is a black and white cat. So whenever she is petted, she lifts her tail upright and begins to purr. So the black color of the cat looks like a suit. Here we can see black and white color, it looks like a suit. She is wearing a suit like that. So that's why the poet feels that Sootykin is a good name for the black and white cat. Yes, so the third cat is yellow, black and white in color, so and is very quarrelsome. So the poet has probably kept this cat's name Scratchaway. Like as we all know children, if you offended her, then the cat will crash you. Yes, then the cat will scratch you. Yes, so as cats are known to scratch when they get angry, isn't it? So the tabby cat flies into a temper and she does his when she is offended. Yes children, so in the last we have learned that the kittens belong to the poet's old cat, and also he is trying to find suitable names for them, and this indicates that he cares for the kittens. Yes children, the first tabby cat name is Pepperpot, black and white. Yes, Sootykin, and tortoise yellow shell cat name is Scratchaway. Yes, according to their color, appearance and their characteristics, based on their appearance and based on their characteristics. Yes children, so this is a very beautiful poem which we have learned today. Yes, children. So I will send you the question answers of this poem. You have to read this poem and write 5 times and pick it out the rhyming words from this poem and send it to me and complete your fair. Okay. So everyone have to complete your fair without fail. Okay. I will check. So children, till then, stay home, stay safe. Okay. The next we will continue in our next class.